my icebreaker speech. It's an opportunity for me to tell you guys a little bit about myself so you understand a little bit more who I am. Now obviously I can't cover everything in 5 to 7 minutes, so I focused in on 3 areas that I think will hopefully give you a better idea of who I am. And those 3 areas tonight are a great opportunity that I had growing up as a child. Second, a little bit about my personality. And the third, a view of leadership. So I grew up in Northern California in a family of 4. I have a brother that's 18 months older than myself. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a pilot for Pan American Airways. Now, outside of the standard, go to school 5 days a week and church on the weekends, great opportunity that I had was to be able to travel anywhere in the world at any time I wanted. Now, as my dad was a pilot, the gift that he gave me was the gift of travel. And as you would suspect, travel in the 70s and 80s, quite different than it is today. And as an employee of a company, my dad was able to give us coupons to be able to travel anywhere, basically on any seat that was available on any plane that was part of the airline. It was a great opportunity. Now, my dad traveled he worked 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. A lot of the time when he came back after 2 weeks, he wasn't really excited to get back on an airplane and go on vacation with his family. Now he did from time to time, but the majority of the time, the travel was with my mom and my brother and myself. And a lot of times we'd sit around the dinner table and kind of plan out where we want to go for the year, where we want to go during summer or a school break. And we would plan that when we'd leave, how long we wanted to be gone, where we wanted to go. And when that time came up, we'd head out to the airport, write our own tickets, get on the plane, and go. It was really a fantastic opportunity that I had. And as a kid, it was all fun. I didn't really think anything about it, but as I got older, reflected back on things, I really thought to myself, those experiences and the opportunity that I had to travel really shaped a little bit of who I am and how I think today. So the second thing I want to talk about is my personality. Now, has anyone ever heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test? A couple people, some people haven't. Well, if you haven't heard about it, what it is, it's a personality test that's been created by a couple, some people, and what it is a series of questions. And you go through and you answer the questions, and at the end, your answers get categorized and subcategorized and put into some sort of category overall that best reflects who you are. And a lot of people think that personality tests are like horoscopes in the sense that you just kind of read into what you want to read into them. But interestingly enough, I've taken this test many times over the past 2 decades, and for some reason, I always get the same results. So it kind of tells me that maybe this is something about me. And the category that I get put into by Myers-Briggs is something called an ISTJ, which stands for introvert, sensing, thinking, and judging. Some characteristics of people who associate with an ISTJ are that we're true to our word. We keep our word in everything that we do. We also pay attention to a lot of the fine details in everything that we do, all the people that we talk with. We're also individuals that like to be doing stuff. We have a hard time sitting in one place. And we're definitely not the touchy-feely type. So when it really comes down to showing emotion, we're wanting to do service and wanting to help people more than we're using words. So that's a little bit about my personality. Now, third, what I'd like to talk about is my leadership, my view of leadership. So for the past 30 years, I've been in corporate sales. And over those 30 years, half of those years have been in some sort of director, leadership, or manager position. And I got my start at that corporate level, and got all my training at that corporate level, which was very structured leadership training, really top-down, push-down, with sales results as the end results. All that's great for what I was doing. I've been successful in what I've done, so I'm thankful for that. But a piece of that sort of training and leadership that has always been missing for me, and an important part of that, is that people matter. People matter, and they're a part of leadership. So with that in mind and the idea to learn more and actually to retool myself. In 2013, I went back to school. I enrolled myself in a master's in leadership program at St. Mary's College in Northern California. And interesting enough, the title and what they focused around for the master's program was Leadership in the 21st Century. So all the courses I took over the 19 months of the program had to do with leadership in the 21st century that were more collaborative, more sociable, and more, I don't know if inclusional is the right word, but they included more people, not this top-down sort of thing, opposite of what I had always been trained. It's a real eye-opening experience. And I think outside of the educators, the professors that were part of the program, the curriculum, the thesis that I wrote, and all those great things that came with it, the cohort of 20 other individuals that were part of my program, it was really great because they all came from different backgrounds, different verticals. They weren't the corporate background that I was used to in sales. So being aware of how they led, the experiences that they had to work through as leaders were really helpful for me to really change to who I was and who I was as a leader. I think the most important thing that I got from the program was the importance that someone as a leader should look into when working with people, and that's looking at people's core values and then being able to connect with them a little bit better, which then helps lead differently. And I think that's a real key point that I got from that program, is learning how to lead differently by working with people more. So that's my speech for tonight. Hopefully you'll get to know a little bit more about me in my further speeches. Thanks very much.